I have been lucky to stream each iteration of the Steam Next Fest this year, and I'm really glad I did. There are so many games that I've heard about or experienced through the Next Fest, and I wanted to give my viewers a peek at my 10 favorites listed in alphabetical order. When I was streaming over the last week, I had demos that I had listed, spun a wheel, whatever came up I played. There were many YouTubers that recommended games to try out. This is an overview to let you all know which ones I liked and am looking forward to. I took the footage straight from my Twitch channel, which I will link below if you want to see future streams. If any of them interest you, be sure to wishlist it on Steam. If a game has more wish lists, then the Steam's algorithm considers wishlist numbers. It impacts their search results and could help developers with sales. Even if you don't purchase the game, you wishlisting it could get it in front of someone who wants to buy it. If it is one you want to own, all the titles with release dates will be on screen for you to put on your calendar. If you played a demo from last week that I didn't mention, please comment below so I know about it. What initially spoke to me is the visuals. It feels like a moving stained glass, but the characters move along the sides of a square object. But what surprised me was the story that the demo featured. It uses references from Persian mythology and art. It offers wonder with the characters you meet and discover. In addition to the story, emphasis on musical objects that people use and you play using minigames relate to each, meld together with everything so well. I'm excited to see more about 30 Birds. Wario-like games have grown in popularity since Peppino's Spaghetti blasted onto the scene last year. So what does Antonblast do to set itself apart from its predecessors? The game has more edge for starters. Anton is angry 90% of the time, and the main villain is Satan himself, and use it to speed up the pace dramatically. It does a really cool thing of jumping between the foreground and the background to create nice visuals and immersion in the level. They had a release date for November, but pushed it back a month due to hurricane damages, so best of luck to them while dealing with natural disaster recovery. There's so much I like about the Axis Unseen. It uses realistic elements like a hunter like my brother would appreciate. Terrain types make different noises based on the types and the speed you are moving at. You monitor the wind direction to prevent enemies from smelling your scent, but it does all of this detail with heavy metal horror. I had killed 1 or 2 werewolves when I heard a noise that I thought was another howling. When I looked, I saw a 50-foot tall skeleton stomping in my direction. The game has great credentials behind it too, made by a developer who worked on Skyrim, Fallout, Starfield, and Metroid Prime 3. Oh my gosh, that's what that was. One of my favorite moments of gambling roguelites is when the synergies create a lengthy surplus of points. Luckily, a landlord and Balatro have those, and it feels incredibly rewarding when it happens. Ballionaire offered that from just the demo. It offers the decisions of placing symbols on pegs, but the majority of the game is dropping a ball from the top and hoping for the best. Ballionaire will be one of those comfort games to play with the brain off in a very fun way. Oh, nice. Look at that. Woo! I was skeptical of the ideas on Candy Rangers on paper, playing as 4 characters at once, but it cleared my worries. You can kill enemies without matching the color, but when you match the color, it allows you to kill multiple enemies. Enemies spawn in the same each run, which doesn't sound all that great, but playing it feels like retrying the same song in rhythm games like Guitar Hero. Overall, Candy Rangers is just flat out fun. More of you should check it out though. Nice, okay. Nice. I remember when the original Lonely Mountains came out in 2019, biking down a rocky hill with ragdoll physics wrecks into trees. But now instead of bikes, we barrel down the summits on skis. Compared to the bikes, the skis offer a nice difference.
I don't love that.
You can turn a little bit quicker due to stopping in the snow, and when you hit jumps, you're allowed to do tricks and spins. With both, the slopes are not walled off to create a single way to complete it. Players can and will find quicker routes, but will also find new ways to wreck.
This seems like one of those games that you can just play and play and play.
Yeah, and they have like different trails, but the trails are on the same mountain, so it kind of intersects. And there's, so you'll fall, and then you just restart. Just go back to the checkpoint.
At your last save.
Yep, but
yeah.
you can go anywhere like that. It was a given that Rivals of Aether 2 would be my favorite of the fest. I played Melee when it released in 2001 and competitively for the last decade. I have put nearly 100 hours into the first Rivals, and I backed the sequel on Kickstarter. The demo really is just an early trial for everyone since the game releases tomorrow. Each of the characters have a different feel. A Spacies player from Melee, you have Zetterberg. Zoning out with a sword, Clarin. Keep your distance with a projectile, Fleet. Here's hoping Hodan releases in the next 12 months. Unrailed 2 has a comforting feel to it. Only one of each item, so when playing multiplayer, each person has a role. You play in your own way, upgrading your train and cars to your liking. Then it all goes to hell. Similar to something like Overcooked, Moving Out, or Very Very Valet. Controls are easy to pick up in a blast with tons of people, but it can get really chaotic really quick. Sad that I hadn't tried the original, but great for me that I own it and can try it with my wife.
Both of us?
No, this is where things are gonna get a little dicey.
Do you wanna,
Because there's only one way in and out.
Yep. Yeah, I can't get out.
Oh no. Oh no.
And it's gonna catch on fire, too! Oh! As I said during the stream, if you didn't tell a player this game is called Warside, they would assume it is one in the Advanced Wars series. Seeing that there hasn't been a new title in the series, and not a remaster, in close to 20 years, this is a fun indie look that offers 1v1 versus multiplayer. It is not a game that is determined by luck. The better player will win, which is not what happened in my play of the demo. Get him, guys. Yeah!
Worth it.
I've been playing games like Wormhole since I was a child, and that's understandable. Since it fits into the Snake genre of games, it started in 1977. What Wormhole does that makes it different is it makes it a high score roguelike. When I got started, I was worried it wouldn't hit, but it feels like a great look at the genre with a modern twist. In each level, you have so many planets that the worm must consume. It will be a game that buyers will be entertained by and chase for the high spot on the leaderboard when they're strapped for time.